Hello. Um, Before I get started on some of the stuff I felt like talking about, I want to say I'm sorry for being so angry. I express it. Okay. Uh, that's just how it is. That's how I am. I express it. I'm not scared to. I do know that it can be offensive and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know, man. That's just me being honest, man. It is. So it does suck though. It's not like I want to be rude and insulting because I don't. I don't want to be that way, you know? Anyways, um, I just got done watching the newest Left Behind movie. I didn't even know it was directed by Kevin Sorbo. I happened to come across, I saw it was viewable, and I was like, you know what? I'll check it out. I've watched the whole series actually in the past. It's been a while since I watched one of these movies. I don't even remember when Nicolas Cage's came out, which was I think the most recent previous one, 2014, so 10 years ago. They haven't done these in a lot. Like there's been several of them, I think. I think there was at least three with Kirk Cameron. Nicolas Cage. I was disappointed by that one, man. And I think if I remember, I don't even know, because I was trying to think about it, like why was I even disappointed with it? Like the series itself has never really been like really good or anything. It's Left Behind. It's about the rapture, uh, and it's just never really been very good. It's had some of the stuff is interesting. It's just interesting. Um, but the acting is usually not the best, and just some of the stuff is just very B kind of movie, right? But whatever. I'm saying that just because I'm not like a huge fan, and I just sometimes I'll watch stuff, you know. Like so I checked out the Kevin Sorbo one, and another thing to say. Screw Kevin Sorbo, man. Anybody that will tell you who to vote for, is you just no. If they're telling you to vote and who to vote for, then just never mind that. But as far he's an actor in shows and stuff, right? Yeah. So apparently he directed this one too. Oh, one sec. It's called Rise of the Antichrist. I keep saying a lot, and I don't mean to. I need to have a drink. Give me a sec. It's mostly because I don't know. I don't know, man. It's weird. So I'm gonna keep doing okay? Just gonna a little bit, alright? But anyways, Left Behind, Rise of the Antichrist is the newest one, 2023. I'd forgotten I'd heard about it, but anyways, it popped up in the movie list and I was like, alright, sure, fine. I'll check it out. I'm curious. I'm curious. Dude, that was interesting to me, man. Check this out. Almost right away, maybe 20 minutes in. I don't, it was early-ish. They already into Davos, the Great Reset, one world government, one world currency, and I'm just like, damn it! Now people are gonna think it's fake again. Like, oh, you bastards! That's funny though, because you can just go look at MSM and the news, and see that that's what they're also doing in real life. So to think it's just like, but that's why they do it though. They make these movies so they can like be like, oh, see, it has to be fake because they're just putting it in a movie, right? No, it's freaking real. Come on. Or they're both fake, but they are doing it in real life. Look, I have seen some stuff I wish I never saw. Okay, so I can easily just be like, look, it's all evil, 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 dark, evil, evil, right? But the other way to look at it, which I see some people do, is to look at it as a joke, and I understand why, man. I'll link a clip that I shared. I saved on Twitch. I realized I was going back to my videos after talking about this stuff, and I was like, man, I keep repeating myself, and I don't want to repeat myself. I already made videos that were actually a little bit better. Anyways, so I thought it was very interesting that this movie had all the 2030 stuff, basically. Not everything, but like just generally. the fact that it had like the UN, Davos, Great Reset, world government, world currency. I'm just like, wow, the hell? Like, I don't know. I think maybe they think nobody's gonna watch it, or it'll just reinforce people's like idea that it's a conspiracy, it's fake. But like, okay, sure, why are they doing it in real life then? Why are they saying the exact same stuff in real life if it's so fake, right? Like, and we could say everything in MSM is a lie, but if you really know that and understand that and really truly believe that, you would also know that your vote don't freaking matter. Come on, man. Anyways, okay. So that was very interesting to me. It had all those in it. And then, there was one thing they briefly mentioned, like, wow, midway-ish, like a conspiracy theorist that they didn't want to trust as a source for journalism in the story that he was covering in this movie, because he believed that 9/11 was a false flag. And that's crazy, man. It does suck to do you think it's fun to believe that they would lie about something like that? Because that's not fun. What? Right? It's weird to me that people are like, they get mad at you for believing it. It's just like, well, look at what else they lie about, man. Like holy crap, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, it's not fun to believe that. It's also not fun to have all the evidence, see all that, and understandably believe it, because it's all very believable, we could say, right? And then to see people believe in it, so we're kind of just as angry at each other, right? Kind of, right? Like, that's so easy to divide, right? You just literally just have to lie. That's all you got. You just gotta lie, man. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta lie. Anyways, all right. So this movie, what else do I have? I just had a couple notes. I just want to talk. I actually thought it would help me talk maybe a little bit about spirituality or whatever. A little bit. I've talked about it a little bit on some streams here and there. But I'm not into religion. I'm not into a religion. I don't claim a religion. So spirituality is kind of seems difficult to discuss when you're like that, because people tend to want to discuss their religion. One thing I really like. Well, let me finish. No, I'll forget everything. Damn. Well, okay. One thing I liked about Bible studies when I was in high school, and I think, did I do it in junior high? I don't. I know I did in high school. I can't remember if I did Bible study in junior high. I don't think so. Anyways, one thing I liked about Bible study, and this was like out of the church. This was a church group. They were people from a church that a friend of mine knew, and they did their own like Bible study at somebody's house and stuff. And they literally just talked about scriptures and their interpretations. And everybody would, if you wanted to, you didn't have to, which I was glad about, because I think it took me a little while before I started saying anything. I can't remember for sure. But anyways, one thing I liked about him was just that, just discussing interpretations and not being like, oh, but it exactly means this. You could tell it was different because people were more. There was a discussion around the verses and stuff, rather than like, this is what it means and that's it. Right? Like, it's weird. I don't know. Anyways, that was one thing I liked more about that. I don't remember why I said that. I know how to point. Damn it. Okay, well, anyways, one thing that always drives me nuts in stories like this, Left Behind, is it's always going to be self-blame. Blame yourself. It's your own fault for the choices you made. Like, there are real people in control of society. That's a fact. This is real. And it's evil. That's real. The laws that are more than just like civil regular laws. Nobody normally goes around beating on people or murdering people, or that's not a normal thing to do. Okay, right? But we got weird stuff. We have insane amount of surveillance just everywhere. I mean, you go to Google Maps, right? If you think you're not being surveilled, all you got to do is go to go. Everything is surveilled. Like, it doesn't matter, and that's been around for a long time. I'm always looking at the cameras on my lampposts in our neighborhood. And at first I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming they're cameras, all right, because I know what lampposts look like. Been around them for many years, and now they have these little things on top of them. And I haven't gotten up close or anything. I guess I could use like a binocular. I don't have binoculars. But I whatever, man. All you gotta do is go to Google Maps and you can see that, like, you know, there's cameras everywhere, dude. That's crazy. That's it's funny, man. Anyways, I don't remember why I was saying that either. I mean, it's just that kind of a thing, right? Like, is it cool that we can surveil the world in a way? Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool. But the reality is, we are in a surveillance state. Okay. And that is a real thing. Anyways, yeah, that's, you know what, that's what's funny to me is I don't know. To me, it's just so easy to be willing to talk about these things just because I know I have nothing to hide. Right? I'm just like, dude. So I've also, like, I used to make the argument that people would make is like, I don't care if I'm being surveilled because I'm not doing anything wrong, and that's really besides the point. It really is, especially when you know who we're dealing with and what we're dealing with. Anyways, going super off topic, and I didn't mean to go there or want to go there. Just kind of, it's a part of it, I guess. Whatever. Hey, what made me think of the surveillance thing? Something made me think of this. Oh yeah. Anyways, so we have this whole, like, oh yeah, it was like there are real systems in place that are against us. It's real. It is systemic. It's a part of our everyday normal lives. As long what you can't take money away, right? Because you still would use this trading system, right? So either way, there's going to be a fake currency that people use for worth and value and worth. Okay, right? So I'm not saying to just flat out get rid of money, and I mean, I probably said that in the past. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. But makes more sense to just be reasonable about it, and not like super evil dicks and shit. Whatever. That's all. Whatever. Anyways, but yeah, there's one of the things that people will tell you when it comes to the afterlife or judgment and stuff like that is like, you just have yourself to blame. Like, no, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. Certain things, yeah, I will take accountability for myself on things that I know that I've done wrong and whatever. There's plenty of regret and so many small things that are just small things, not even the big ones. Just small things, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I was evil. Like, damn. And just because I believe stuff I shouldn't have, just influenced, by just stuff, that we see in whatever normal parts of society and things that we're taught. There's a lot of wrong in there. Anyway, I don't remember why I just the whole you just have yourself to blame is wrong. All right, I get it when you do something wrong, like, oh, still a new driver, okay. But it's like I said, like with I mean, there's a lot of things I've messed up with, but nothing as bad as COVID for me. Nothing. I mean, I've done some really bad things, and I think back on it, they had no ill intent at the time or anything, but it was just such a normal thing to do. Like, I'll give you a small example, okay, just so you don't wonder too much crazy. Killed mice, okay, with like mouse traps, okay. For example, I didn't have to kill them, man. Didn't have to kill some mice. Could have had them as pets. Could have given them away as pets. Could have fed them, raised them, whatever, man. I don't know. Instead, I killed them. So whatever, it's a small like thing that like whatever, but that that's not cool, man. Whatever. So that's just one example, just so you don't go thinking weird stuff, okay? It's not weird what I'm talking. I'm not sitting here planning to go over a list of my regrets with you. So I mean, I could, whatever. There's more like that, like what? Damn it. All right. Oh well, I mean, you want a big one besides COVID? No, I don't even want to say it. I made a video about it already, and it's about my mom's death. I'll link that one again. Anyways, there's another big one. But yeah, the whole like yeah, I can take responsibility for my own mistakes, my own horrors, but I still can recognize that our so-called leaders and people in charge of everything are deeply evil, horrible people, and they might not even know it. They might be so whacked out, but their normal is that, right? That's their normal. I mean, when I see the way the way middle class people discuss things, discuss money, especially, I'm just like, they don't know nothing, man. They don't know nothing, man. Oh man. Maybe you've noticed it, right? You ever talk to somebody that makes 100 grand or more? You ever have a discussion or like seen the things they say? It's insane. They're stupid. They're in another world, man. That's how class works. They are in another world. Watch a movie called In Time. Watch a movie called, it's with Justin Timberlake, right? I think so. Justin Timberlake and some really pretty girl that looks like a robot. It's really funny. In that movie, she looks like a robot to me. Oh yeah, because her and her sister and her mom, they all kind of look. Well, they try to make them look alike. I didn't think they really did. But anyways, In Time is a good movie, and it's a really good metaphor of reality, man. It's not even a metaphor; it is reality. It is. You change that time device thing to money, and it's literally the same exact thing. Go watch that movie. It's good. It's good. It's good. I'm not even trying to tell you to go watch it to be scared or something. It's a good movie. It's cool. Like it's and it's a reflection of our reality, man. It's a good one though. Like it's an entertaining one. Like it's neat. It's funny. Yeah, I meant to talk about like spiritual stuff, but I don't know. The one thing I did think was like, maybe if I get any comments, I could think of something to make a video on. Like, if there's some kind of thing, whatever. I don't know. That's what happens. Like sometimes, and I didn't even expect it with that one video I made about like, what would you could do if you could travel through time. And then one of the comments immediately, I was like, oh crap, I know what I'm gonna record a video about. That was cool. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So no, the new Left Behind was it was okay. It made me want to. I've thought about rewatching those movies for a while. I just haven't seen them in a long time. I didn't realize the Nicolas Cage one was 10 years ago. It is, like, holy crap, time flies, man. Oh my gosh, it's funny. It really does go faster the older you get. I don't know why. Perception, I suppose. Right? Like, is you do things differently and you do different things. Anyways, it reminded me of something that thinking about the older movies. Oh yeah, just the Rapture in general. I actually recorded a video like this before. I'll link that one, I guess. I don't remember everything I said, but I was talking about how, like, I think it's funny all the stuff that we are currently being more normalized, because it's all what's crazy is already stuff that happened after the rapture, right? According to the stories, right? According to the stories of after the rapture, when the people vanish, and then totalitarian what's it called, the other one? There's another word, dystopian or whatever. I think is that it? Whatever, that one. It's like we're in them. And so I was like, I don't know. For all I know, the rapture already happened, man. You know, like I didn't see anybody vanish in front of my eyes, but yeah. So it's weird stuff. It's interesting. It's funny to me because I'm like, I wouldn't. I've heard these discussions here and there throughout my life, and people are always like, well, you know, if that were true, la la la, this it already happened already, and all this stuff. But I mean, I didn't even realize too. I forget about this stuff all the time because I never really like researched and memorized the Bible and stuff. I've read here and there long time ago when I was going to Bible study and stuff like that. But I don't have most of it memorized. I can tell you what, I was very surprised to be skimming through it and to see the word police chief in there. I was like, what? No. What? Police? And I didn't. I thought I asked about it to other people, and they were like, "No way! What chapter and book was that in?" And I didn't look. I figured somebody else would have noticed it too. I should have. I knew it too when I saw it, but I just didn't care. I was like, "Nah." Yeah, police chief saw that. I thought that was funny. Anyways, just the stories about what happens in the world after the rapture happens, or have been experiencing. One thing that I find is interesting is like that bioscan stuff has been around for at least 20 years, like at least. It's just been more private, right? Like the private companies were using it and stuff. I heard about it. Somebody I knew, I think it was a relative or something, might have been a friend, but they worked at I mean, I knew a couple people, like 2 or 3 people that said the same thing, like that they were working at a company that had like these, you know, these door scanners that you wave your hand in front of, and you don't use keys or nothing like that. And they said they had a chip in them, and I was like, and that was back then, man. I was like, are we not in the rapture already? Like, oh, it's funny, man. So no, one thing that makes it that crazy to think about it in that way, it's like, well, the Bible has predicted some stuff, right? And there's a lot of different interpretations, a lot of different versions. That's why I don't like. I'm not gonna go telling you the Bible says, right? But I will say, hey, do you not recognize this? Does this not seem very familiar to you? No, that doesn't seem familiar. You don't think that's familiar at all? No, you don't reckon? Really? Really? Like, come on, man. No, that's funny. But yeah, so it's you can't. I mean, you couldn't just go to somebody and be like, "We're in the rapture! Oh my gosh, bioscans, this and everything." Like it's, but look at where we're going, right? As normalized, man, that's crazy, and they really are pushing the one world government, the one world currency, like that's for real. In the UN, right? Like, I mean, you know, like, okay. All right, it went a little nuts. I know, I know. I think my high kicked in too, or something like midway, or something, or like early, whatever. Sorry, I was mostly sober when I started this video, but also I don't want to talk about this stuff. I don't mind. It's the problem that I have is that I want to stop the evil. I don't want to just talk about it. I don't want to talk about the positive side that might be there. You know, I want to stop the evil, man. I don't want to just like accept it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Give me one sec. Okay, that's why I have a problem talking about it, because I'd rather talk about the evil stuff that I don't actually want to talk about and describe and get into. I refuse to go back there. I refuse to go back there. That reminds me, I was thinking about some of this video I thought about before I started recording, and that's why I wanted to record. I was like, you know what, I could talk about this stuff, and then sometimes I start and I just kind of forget some of the stuff I was going to say. I do try to write everything down when it's a thing I think about, but sometimes whatever. Anyways. Oh yeah, some of the self-blame thing. And always come down to that. Oh, you just need to ask for forgiveness for what you've done wrong. Well, look, I'm sure. That doesn't stop these evil pieces of crap demons running our society from getting away with what they get away with. And we're living with them. Like, what do you... We're not supposed to stop them? No, yes, we are. I don't... That's what... I mean, that makes me even more mad, too, is part of that. Just, you know, is that I can't do anything. I'm not... What could I do? I mean, I know what I imagine, and it's a fun fantasy. It's a fun fantasy, and I do think of myself as the hero when I think about those things. I'm not gonna lie about that, man. I'm not. How can you see what they've done and understand that and not want to stop them? You know, like, I'm all fine with legally, you know, if that were a real thing and the law was stopping the bad guys, none of these people would be in charge. None of them would have any power. They'd all be in every damn one of them would be in prison, man. Every single one of them. Every single one. Billionaire, probably a bunch of millionaires too. Politicians, man. MSM. Actors, man. Like, come on, dude. It's so big. It's so big. And whatever. And generally, they're nothing compared to the, you know, the masses, right? Numbers wise, but who cares? They have all the freaking control, you know? Like, that's why I'm just like, what? People talking about their parallel crap. Oh, we're just gonna make our parallel structures over here. Okay. Like, that's cool, man. That's good for you. Good for you, you know? Holy crap, man. I'm not gonna care when the fucking state goes in and destroys their structure. Stop the fucking state, man! Fuck! But you can't, that's why they do that. So I get it. I get it. I do, man. That's why, you'll see me like this. Because if I'm not forcing myself to be giddy's the wrong word, just to laugh at it, right? Think of it as like I have to, because it's either the deepest sorrow that I've ever known, and I've known it before, so it's not exactly new, but damn, or the deepest rage that I've never known previously in my lifetime. Known plenty of anger. I've always been angry. I've always been. I used to think of it as depressed, but now I'm like, you know, I think I was just angry all this time, recognizing evil and being, you know, unable to do anything about it, like at all. So there's that. It's either I try my best to mentally approach it in a humor type way, which is insane. That's not funny. That's not funny. Or to be infinitely pissed off or completely hopeless. These are the three choices. It's the triangle. it's the high roll triangle, man. What's up? Anyways, didn't you know? Whatever. Just saying, man. Just saying. Okay. Yeah, the ending of that wasn't very good either. Those movies are weird. The Left Behind movies. You know what Left Behind movies always made me wish for? Not like wish, but like, you know, want. All the Left Behind movies made me want like an actual high production version of that, but like a good story wise though, right? Because there's a bunch of like kind of lower budget movies like Left Behind. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I know it's not the only one. Like I'd seen a few others when I was younger. But like the Hollywood versions of that would be like Deep Impact or Armageddon or you know, stuff like that. 2012. That's their version of that. It is. Those are the yeah. So, but like, so they're missing the spiritual side in those. Like, they have like what they usually have. What they do is they have in those they have like the one crackpot and the one spiritual character, and then everything else is just like natural disaster or whatever for no real reason other than just being a natural disaster and not related to end time type stuff from the Bible or what, right? Like no spiritual stuff really. It's funny. You look at Deep Impact, like it's they don't really they pray, right? The president will get on this, will pray, but they never really take it into a in the way the Left Behind does it, right? Like it's actually about like God and the devil, right? And like Deep Impact and Armageddon are just about science more mostly, you know. It's funny. I don't have a real point to that. I'm just this came to my mind thinking about that because I just like I wouldn't mind seeing like better quality versions of like Left Behind, and I thought that's what I thought was about like Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is in a lot of stuff though. He's I've seen him in all kinds of stuff. He's done a ton of like smaller movies and whatever. But I did expect the quality of his version of Left Behind to be better, and I don't even think he felt that script. I don't think he. I can't. I'd have to watch it again, and I probably will just for the heck of it. Like I want to watch the Kirk Cameron ones again for the heck of it too. Um. Oh yeah. I mean, like I'm not scared of this stuff, man. I think it can be scary. But I I think if you, for just for me, my perspective on it, no matter what, like I don't believe I deserve a heaven, and I couldn't possibly expect to go to one. No. Even though I could also say the Earth is a piece of heaven, so I've been there, right? I've been to a piece of heaven. um, but oh, what was I gonna? What the hell was I saying? Shoot. Oh, it's windy. Ah, oh, damn it! How'd I lose that? That sucks. I know I had a good one. Hmm, damn it. Yeah, I don't Oh, okay. So I don't expect to go to heaven or believe that I'm worthy or whatever, that kind of a thing. But I'm not scared of God damning me to hell. If he does, he does, or she, whatever. It and I never mind. That's funny. No. Another time, man. I think I would be scared only in it, right? Like I'm not scared of it coming. Um, and just because I feel a love for God. I wish I knew more. You know, wish I understood more. There in that portion of what exactly is God and who is God and that kind of a thing, and or gods and gods. I've always liked the whole Roman mythology or Greek mythology, Egyptian stuff. Oh my gosh, what I don't even know what that's called, but like the Egyptian gods, those are always like Ra and I don't know. There's all kinds of them, right? But yeah, there's a lot of interesting stories out there. So so I don't know, man, and I've always look. My mom was sold on Jesus Christ being the true one, and I can understand that. I can. But my mom experienced this too. We've all experienced hypocrisy in the religions that we participate in, right? Hypocrisy and just nonsense. I can't. It's. Well, I mean, I don't know. I find it impossible to imagine that anybody in a church has not experienced some kind of hypocrisy in their, community. And from what I've seen, it seems pretty normal. At the same, we're human. That's going to be the excuse, which is great. That's fine. I mean, we make mistakes. A part of that is the deception, though. What's really funny about that is the most religious people won't recognize the actual magic and the actual miracles and the actual deception once it's pointed out. Like, I can't believe, like, I cannot believe I know really good friends and relatives that think that Trump is God's savior to them. God, I mean, and they claim to be religious and to be Christians and not recognize that deception. How, like, what? So that's, one example. And I could look. I could say that about any politician. Okay, I can say about any politician, a billionaire. Okay, but most people, and the reason I say this specifically about Trump, you don't see most. It depends. I get, damn, that's true. People do call Elon the savior, but they specifically call him the savior of free speech, which is hilarious. What a load of nonsense. But most people aren't calling regular politicians, every politician here and there, they're not calling them the savior from God. They're calling Trump that. Okay? That's the difference. Because I could say, if you think Biden is your savior of God, you're just as stupid, just as insane. Like, come on, man. How do you not recognize the deception? Especially when it's pointed out to you. That's what really pisses me off, man. It's painful to literally put something that is so obvious in front of somebody's face and not just see them unable to accept it, but hear them. No. It's either conspiracy or it's just, I don't know, man. I don't get it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's crazy to see that religious people that know these stories don't actually believe in them. That's what it seems like to me. Like, how do you know I know you know this story. Do you not? Because this is what we live. We live this. We live this deception. We live it. You're told to beware of this. This is what you're told to beware of, but this is what you claim is the same. What? Okay. Yeah, so it's crazy. What's funny about that, look, the same thing that sucks about that is that that's basically every single 4 years. I pretty much, man. Like, it sucks, okay? Because it is. These same arguments, same discussions every 4 years. Every 4 years. The big, the most important election of our life. It's the same every damn time, man. I heard that as a kid, right? Anybody my age knows that. If you're younger, we heard that when we were children. I'm almost 50, man. I heard that when I was a child. It's the same thing over and over. Dude, it's crazy. So that's also what I can understand makes it hard for people to believe in something like the rapture or the spiritual side of it, right? Because it is the normal. It is has always been normal, and that's what people will say too. That's why they don't care about the surveillance getting worse and more extreme. And it's like, seriously, you're perfectly fine with chipping yourself to go do a bioscan and enter a freaking grocery store? Really? Is that what you want? Because that's coming. That's coming. Hello. Now again, it's one of I've mentioned this before. We're here, man. This is if you have been looking, I'm right. What I'm saying isn't actually as crazy as it sounds and as crazy as it should be, because they're literally doing it on MSM. The stores are doing it. It's beta testing. AI run freaking fast food restaurants, man. We're here, okay? It started years ago, but we are pretty much past the point of no return. Pretty much. This is it. This is the fucking time. The time is now. You have to say no. You cannot participate. And how do you avoid it? Fuck if I know. Right? Like, no. That's how crazy it is. It gets normalized, man. It's gonna be no choice. That choice is gonna be gone. These beta tests. And the next thing you know, they replace everything. And guess what happened? It's all gone. All that's gone. All you thought you had choice before? How did you not know you didn't? Oh my gosh, look where we are now though, right? I'm just, come on. And I'm not pushing, dude, I'm pissed, man. I'm not scared. I want to burn it all down. So no, and that was different too, because like I was thinking that during BLM, you know, whatever. But you know, same thing, because it's the same damn people at the top in control. That's with the same bull crap, man. I just so that's why for me, when it gets into the spiritual realm of things, I get it, and I agree. It's the same thing with like growing your own food and whatever and sharing love. Man, my hair is really bugging me. I think it looks whack. I mean, it's fine, but it looks whack. You should have seen me yesterday. I was having a really good hair day yesterday, dude. Alright, anyway. What the hell was I saying? Here, I'm gonna downsize this. I just have nothing to look at right now. My super cool matrix screen. Mine's not animated though. It's just a flat wallpaper thing. I love the Matrix, man. It wasn't like I didn't start. Somebody had said that to me during one of my streams when I was doing some of the political streams I was doing, and I had the Matrix background. He was like, "Oh man, you've really lost it. You even got the Matrix thing in your back." I've loved that movie since it came out in the '90s. I've loved the Matrix, man. Been a big fan. I had this background type thing like a long time before I was doing any type of political discussion and stuff. So I just thought that was funny. I don't remember what the hell I was saying too. I know I was saying something crap. I probably had a good one coming too. Shoot. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. So I agree with a lot of the spiritual like positive vibes crap, and you know, being kind. Duh, man. Like duh. That doesn't stop evil. It doesn't stop them doing what they're doing. It's like, imagine somebody you are at a school shooting by the feds, you know, whatever. I'm like, yeah, that sucks too. Can you imagine, like, if you think it sucks that somebody would think that way, right? Imagine, like, to really, like, to have seen enough to believe that that's even possible. Anyways, let's say you're at a school shooting, right? You're like, and you're just like, do you just yell out, be kind, grow your own food, buy Bitcoin? Is that what you do? Of course not. Fuck you, man. That's why I'm so pissed off, dude. So like, I understand all that stuff, man. I really do, and I don't disagree with it. I just wish people would stop saying that's the fucking answer, because it's not. It's not. They need to be stopped. Holy crap. No, you want answers on how? I know out of pure rage what my answer would be, and I think you would know too. But I have a very sane, sensible freaking answer as well. Let me have a drink. No, I hate them. I despise them. And I want them destroyed. I want them eliminated. I'm just saying. Alright? But sensible, chill, like normal human being, or what I would think of as one, because I've seen some normal for others, and it's not normal, it's insane. That's what we're dealing with. And there's different levels and versions of it. Anyways. You remove them from fucking power, stupid. You know? You take everything from them. Everything they own. All of their money. You put them in fucking prison for at least 10 to 20 years. Minimum. I would say 20, but I don't know. Other people, I'm sure, have different ideas. For me, it would be life. But, look, man. for that, that's we'd have to get there first to even try to figure that nonsense out, because that would never ever happen. That's the problem. That is the problem. That's the problem. Is that they're not being taken out of power. And your vote doesn't do that. It's, I mean, like, seriously, if we were law-abiding blah blah blah, cops would take them the fuck down. Or the FBI, whatever, all these freaking stupid... They're the evil ones if you believe all the stories that have so much evidence and years worth of history behind about the fucking CIA and the FBI and all them motherfuckers, right? So, they're supposed to be good guys are not fucking good guys, dude. Like... like, what do you... So I love, like, the spiritual realm of things, the miracle of life. Is there that I couldn't possibly believe that life itself is not a miracle. I'm open to it, dude. I'm open to, like, explanations. Okay, that's one thing that's fun about talking about life, is if you're honest about it, all kinds of ideas come out, man. And what's really funny about that and interesting, kind of sucks, is it's like I was saying about, like religious people who will claim that they know the Bible, they believe the Bible, but they don't see the deception that they were literally warned about right in front of their face all the time, right? You know, it's just like, okay. I mean, oh my gosh, it's nuts. Anyways, damn it, I forget what the hell I was saying again. Oh yeah, well, it's the same thing, like, to me, with the way that religious people don't recognize that deception, especially when it's pointed out. Like, I can understand, like, if people aren't pointing it out, but if somebody comes to you and says, well, what about, like, come on, and they're still defending them and they make excuses for that evil shit. They make excuses, dude. They don't just, like, talk it out. They just make it's like, anyways. And so, you know, we'll talk about life in this interesting way, philosophically, I guess, right? Like, oh, this is possible. It's all these interesting things about the universe and energy and nature. But then when we go back to our regular normal day life, that miracle disappears. It's gone. Because normal is slavery. Put simply, this is what I do, because that's just the way I do it. I do get into more details when I'm, like, if I'm having a conversation with somebody, and these conversations, like, spirituality is an easier conversation to have than politics. Normally, you know, even you'll always come across, like, people will disagree. Like, you got the atheist, right? Oh, you're so stupid for believing things, and then I think that about atheists too, so it's the same thing, right? You know, whatever. But generally, it's easier to talk about spirituality than it is politics, which is really funny. I always think it's weird that, like, people don't want to talk about politics when it's literally the only thing you should ever talk about it when you're voting, right? If you were, right, like, because the whole point of voting is a people coming together for each other, right? That is supposed to be, but apparently everybody thinks it's just for them and their own household or something. Like, I don't know. I don't talk about politics. I don't want to talk about who I'm voting for. Blah, blah. And I get it, because you're just gonna argue. Like, I get that part. That's never fun. Like, that. I mean, I don't have friends anymore, pretty much. Right? I get it, man. I've said that before. Like, I know at least half of that's my fault. And I wouldn't stop. I'm not gonna. I've said it before. Like, I don't sugarcoat. You know. I find trust in that. I find trust in being able to actually express yourself without, like, just instantly losing a friend. But at the same time, I'm the same way, man. Like, I'll be a super dick to you if you tell me something I think is stupid. You know, whatever. But again, that's just all part of my being blunt thing, and I'm not I know it would be nicer to not be express myself the way I do. I'm just like, whatever. I'm also just used to. I don't know. I guess I'm just. It's never. It's not fun like disagreeing with everybody and everything all the time. Like I've kind of been like that my whole life, and I didn't. It's never been on purpose. Like it's always been weird though. Anyways, I don't remember why I was saying that. What was it saying? Oh, yeah, spirituality is easier to talk about, I guess, depending, right? You know, that's always been weird to me though. Like how wouldn't you like, for example, this was I was trying to do is I was trying to talk about the policy that we were supposedly voting on, right? The policy. That's what I was doing. I was researching that first. And that's why I was trying to talk to friends about it, like this person, this, and policy, this and that. That's what I was bringing up: policy, 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 policy. And people don't do that though. They don't react. They don't respond about it like most people. The only people that do are in the news, like in the independent news and whatever. But like regular people don't talk about the policy, man. And it kind of makes sense because there's a lot of nonsense. It is a lot of bullcrap. It's not worth talking about. But if you're actually voting and you believe that your vote matters, that's something that you should talk about. Right? Like like I don't think it matters because I don't believe in any of it. I know the evil there. No, they need to be stopped. But I'm just saying, like, it's never made sense to me why people are like, I don't want to talk about politics because we're just going to argue. And it's just like, well, and how does anybody know what they're voting on or why? And it's just a character that you're voting on a character. You're not even voting on like real things, man. You're voting on lies. Anyways, I didn't mean to go there. Just, yeah, whatever. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I know there was a few other things I thought I'd probably end up rambling into, and I ended up rambling about different things than I expected to. So yeah, like my pre-conversation, my pre-recording with it was like a couple minutes. I was still watching the movie. I was having these thoughts as I was watching the movie. I was like, oh, I could talk about this. And I took a couple notes down. But I didn't. I should have taken more notes down is what I should have done. I just figured there was a couple of smaller things where I was like, oh, I'll probably think about that as I talk about it. No, they're like, Oh man, damn it. This has gone on way too long though. So hopefully I said enough like stuff that wasn't too lame or whatever. I don't know. And by the way, I'm curious before I go. I would like to come back and try again. I kind of might not even upload this. I'm not sure. I'm trying to rewatch it and see what I think. Anyways, before I go, if you've ever read the Bible, right, just casually or whatever, never even not even as a spiritual person, but you've just read it or whatever, right, or parts of it, right? Because a lot of people have read the first and the last book, right? Right, there's specific parts that people have read no matter what, even if they don't read the Bible, that they know this verse and that kind of thing, whatever. So, do you remember? Do you remember? Or not even do you remember? What do you? Without looking, what is the name of the last book in the Bible? Don't look it up. Think about it. Think about what you remember it being, and then look it up. But let me know. Let me know, man. Let me know before you change your mind. I kind of want you to comment before you go look it up. What do you remember the name of the last book in the Bible being? All right, man. I'm sorry. I meant for this to be better. I had better ideas and thoughts. But sometimes, especially when I start thinking about the dark side of it, it breaks me a little, and it shuts me down. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Bye.